Happy birthday to a man who needs very little introduction. His courage was never to be questioned, honor was never to be challenged. America's first national hero, one of our bravest warriors, a very trusted man. A man that was so powerful he could have become king, but chose that America wouldn't need a king, but instead a president. A man who was born 292 years ago today, born February 22nd, 1732, in British controlled Virginia. Died December 14th, 1799, at the age of 67. A man who could have walked away from his public service life in 1783, but went on to be our president, first president of these United States. A man who did own slaves, but on his will said they were to be freed when his wife died. And that was only because he didn't want them to be separated from their families, because his slaves were married and they had bred with his wife's slaves, his wife's family's slaves, the Curtis family slaves, and he didn't want families separated. So he set up restrictions so that his slaves would be freed pending her death, and that they could not be sold or traded to have to leave them, so that their families could stay together. And his wife did free them 1 year later, after his passing. And there was also money set up by the Washingtons to feed and clothe his slaves for 30 years after his passing. And that's pretty noble. So happy birthday, President George Washington. George and my fifth great grandfather, Samuel Scripture, were at Bunker Hill together during the War of Independence. And I think that's a very neat tie in my family that we were there. So if you made it this far, feel free to hit that like button. And so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel out. We've had a lot of growth this month, and we're at like 74 subscribers. I'd really like to get to 100 by March 1st. If you can make that, hopefully you guys can make that possible. Small goals like that, eventually we'll have a lot of people watching. So have a great day, and God bless.